I think if we do a couple little things, then your profit will go up. I want to talk to you about profit because a lot of people just keep focusing on top line revenue. I mean, it seems like everybody I talk to is so proud of what they've achieved with the top line revenue, but it really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know, for example, I'm chatting with a couple agencies right now and helping them find agencies that they're going to acquire. And one of their biggest requirements is, what is their profit? What is their EBITDA? Earnings before interest and taxes. And I want you to focus on this because I think you can overlook it very easily. I think if we do a couple little things, then your profit will go up. I mean, for example, you know, some agency owners that chat with me, they want my help. They just go, look, we're constantly stagnant year over year. But then when I actually start looking at their books and looking at their operations, I actually see, yeah, their top line revenue is stagnant, but their profit keeps going up because they're more efficient. So I wanted to go through a couple different ways where you could be more profitable and start to really focus on that. And then, you know, over time, you can focus on increasing growth. So one of the easiest ways to increase your profit is to increase your pricing of what you actually charge. And I want you to look at, when was the last time that you did a price increase? Or are you constantly just adjusting your price depending on the flavor of the month or depending on the bills you need to pay and constantly using it as a sliding scale? Have you set a floor that you will never go under? And are you constantly trying to figure out the budget from the prospect you're chatting with? So for example, if you chatted with Berkshire Hathaway, their budgets are going to be a lot bigger than Joe Schmo's plumber, and you can adjust your pricing. Now, a lot of times people get stuck in this rut and they haven't increased their pricing in years because their whole business is depending on referrals and word of mouth, and they keep constantly getting clients that are at the same level or lower. And you need to come up with a system in order to do that. I'll talk more about that at the end of this video. I want you to think about, when was the last time you raised your pricing? When was the last time you set a floor that you're not going to break that rule in order to go under? The next one is you can actually get more efficient. You can increase your efficiencies, right? So think about, over time, you're going to constantly get faster and you're going to get more knowledge into doing something. And if you actually have a niche, now you understand that customer a little bit better and you can understand what they're actually going to do, so you can get more efficient. If you can get more efficient, that means you can charge the same amount you used to, but it doesn't take you that much time, which increases the profit. That's what I see a lot of times when agencies come to me with a niche and their top line revenue is maintained, but their profit keeps going up. Well, they got more efficient at doing things. So I want you to look at, how can you get more efficient at what you're doing right now for your particular offering, and see where we can improve and see where we can maybe itch out a little bit more profit for that. And then the last part is lower your expenses. A lot of times, and this happens to me a lot of times, is we sign up for all these things, but we forget that we have these monthly subscriptions, or we're constantly buying the same things over and over again. And we're not really aware of all the wasteful spendings that we have. It's kind of almost like the US government, right? It's just a lot of wasteful spending. So what could you cut out that is not helping the bottom line? What could you cut out that is not propelling and investing in your future, right? So for example, if you just have a piece of software that you hardly ever use, why do you pay for that? But I would look at all the expenses that you have. I mean, literally put them on a spreadsheet, have your bookkeeper or accountant list them all out for you, and then put a check mark by them of going, which do we need in order to grow? And which could we actually cut out? And when you do that, I guarantee you'll increase your profit. So these are just 3 easy ways that you can increase your profit and make more money. Because a lot of times you guys are constantly saying like, I don't have enough time, and you don't have enough time because you haven't hired the right people. But if you can increase your profit by doing these 3 things, you can have more time because you can hire better people. If you're still struggling with getting those clients that you can increase your pricing and all of that, I definitely want you to check out the Jumpstart My Agency program. It's a new program that I have coming out later this month that you can jump into, and it's going to show you how to get the 20,000 plus clients. And it's really geared for those agency owners that are right around that 300,000 mark and below, or those freelancers, or those people thinking of jump-starting their agency. But we're going to focus on what should you be charging? How can you present your pricing so your prospect has no problem with it and executes it a lot quicker than the typical sales cycle that you actually have. It's going to show you exactly the team structure that you actually need and how to close the bigger deals. And if you think that's going to benefit you, I want you to go to jumpstartmyagency.com. Go to jumpstartmyagency.com, request an invite, and maybe we will actually be chatting on this 4-week live program. And until next time, have a swank day.